Assalamualaikum and very good evening to all audiences. My name is Muhammad Norafiq bin Johar. Hi, how are you guys? I hope you guys were doing great. Today's discussion is about Career Talk 3. I think this topic is very interesting to discuss with our panels because it is really related with our engineering course. Career Talk 3 was held on November 11, 2022 at Faculty of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, UTEM. Before we move to our discussion, I would like to introduce our panel, which is our first panel is Muhammad Norafiq. Second panel is Wan Muhammad Syamil. The third panel is Amirul Aiman. And lastly, we have Muhammad Danial as our panel. Welcome to our wonderful discussion. Firstly, I would like to ask our first panel, Faiq, about what kind of input did you get from the Career Talk 3 that was held recently?
Waalaikumsalam and thank you, Mr. Rafiq. According to Mr. Amirul Hakim bin Mohamad Noor, as a senior engineer for Petronas Cybersecurity Lead, I learned few things about offshore, especially oil rig and cybersecurity for oil rig system. Furthermore, I also learned about career path and Petronas oil plant in Malaysia.
Wow, interesting. I think this career talk really encouraged us as engineering students. However, can you elaborate more about offshore oil rig that you have mentioned earlier?
Alright, so an oil platform, oil rig, offshore platform, or oil and gas production platform is a large structure with facilities to extract and process petroleum and natural gas that lie in rock formations beneath the seabed. Therefore, an offshore rig is a large structure on or in water with facilities to drill wells, to extract and process oil and natural gas, and to temporarily store product until it can be brought to shore for refining and marketing. In many cases, the platform contains facilities to house the workforce as well. Lastly, workers on an offshore oil rig may remain on the platform for 6 to 1 year, depending on the company they're working for, the project type, and the duration of their contract. That's all from me about an offshore platform. You may proceed with Mr. Syamil. Thank you.
Thank you, Faiq, for your further explanation. It's really opened my eyes more about oil rig system. Before that, let's move to our second panel, Shamil. Shamil, before this, Faiq explained to us about oil rig system, but I heard he mentioned about cybersecurity for oil rig system. So, if you don't mind, can you explain it based on your opinion?
All right, thank you, Mr. Afiq. So basically, operational technology, which is OT, security, refers the software, hardware, practice, and personnel and service deployed to protect operational technology infrastructure, people, and the data. There are 5 C's of cybersecurity that are of significant importance to all organizations. They are change, compliance, cost, continuity, and coverage. The top priority of the organization all over is having security protective of their digital and physical assets. The cybersecurity is important. The organization because there is a few incidents that happen around the world, such as Colonial Pipeline and Saudi Aramco. Both companies were attacked by ransomware and malware attack that could disturb world oil supply chain and can affect the lots of money. Last but not least, data issue.
Thank you, Shamil. I agreed with your explanation on cybersecurity for oil rig. So, Aiman, as our panel 3, we've learned about cybersecurity for oil rig. So, can you tell us about how cybersecurity does in oil rig?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Faiq. All right, cybersecurity analysis protect computer networks from cyber attacks and unauthorized access. They do this by trying to anticipate and defend against cyber threats and responding to security breaches when they do happen. In this job, you play a key role in protecting your organization valuable data. Okay,
Hmm,
that's it.
thank you so much. If your explanation really increased my knowledge about cybersecurity work scope. Daniel, do you know any skill that we need if we want to be a cybersecurity analyst? So we can prepare more in the future to be on of the cybersecurity analyst.
Okay, thank you so much to our moderator for asking about cybersecurity work scope. So regarding to our moderator's question, what are the skills required to be a cybersecurity analyst? Most of the skills that required for cybersecurity jobs are problem-solving skills, technical aptitude, knowledge of security across various platforms, attention to detail, communication skills, fundamental computer forensic skills, a desire to learn, and the understanding of hacking. As an additional, information cybersecurity can be stressful work. Not only do staff need to stay on top of threats posed by cyber criminals, ransomware gang, and even nation-state sponsored hacking campaigns. They also need to ensure their users are equipped with the right tools needed to stay safe. That's all for me.
Thank you so much for the explanation, Danny. I want to thank to our panel for giving us a good explanation to our discussion. However, before we end our discussion, can Aiman give us a conclusion about this discussion? So, what is your opinion about this topic?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Afiq. Uh, for the conclusion, in my perspective, I got a lot of knowledge about offshore work and the importance of cybersecurity. This career talk has opened my eyes to get a better view and understanding for my future career path after I've completing my degree as an engineering student. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Aiman, for giving an understandable explanation about it. Now, we have come to the end of our forum. I would like to thanks to our panel for their cooperation in sharing information and opinion with us today. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you guys again in another forum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.